In this segment, we'll cover how to load a roll of media onto the FC9000. When using a roll, you'll always get better tracking using the flanges. So let's see how to use the flange system. First, locate the flange ring stoppers and mount them onto each side of the rear stock roller bar. Next, take the roll of media you plan to use and insert one of the flanges into one end of the media's paper core. Try to make sure that there's no gap between the flange and the end of the paper core. To secure the flange, turn the screw clockwise until it's snug. Take the other flange and repeat the process. Once the flanges are installed on each end of the roll, place the media roll with the flanges onto the stock roller bars. Next, prepare the cutter to load by bringing down the media latch. This will lift the push rollers, allowing the media to be fed into the media slot, which we'll do in a moment. Before the media can be loaded, the push rollers have to be adjusted. Each FC9000 comes with 3 to 5 push rollers depending on the size of the FC9000. On this cutter, we have 4 push rollers. The back of the cutter is where the pressure of each push roller can be set. You'll notice that they all have what looks like a switch on the back. The switch has 3 positions, each having a different down pressure. When the switch is in the up position, it has the lightest pressure. The middle position has medium pressure. The lower position has the highest pressure. To prevent skewing issues, the outside push rollers should always be set with higher pressure, and the center push rollers should be set at a lower pressure, as you see here. Generally, they're always set correctly, but it is always good to check. Now that we have the push roller pressure set, let's go ahead and feed the front edge of the media into the media slot. Make sure there's at least 1 or 2 feet sticking out the front. Once the media is fed into the media slot, set the media brake on the side of the stock roller bracket near the control panel. This is done by bringing the brake to the up position. This locks the stock roller bar so that the media will stay in place when loading. From the front side, we can start to position the push rollers. As mentioned, the push rollers don't drive the media, the grit rollers do. Thus, the push rollers have to be positioned over a grit roller in order for the drive system to work correctly. GraphTech has simplified the process by marking each grit roller position with a blue tab. Also, when moving the push rollers side to side, you'll notice that as they move over a grit roller, they click into place. This is true for all of the push rollers, except for the one closest to the control panel, where it has a larger grit roller, allowing that push roller to be positioned anywhere over it, as indicated by this larger blue tab. All push rollers should be within the media edges. Thus, the 2 inside push rollers are generally placed in the middle, and the outside push rollers are placed on the edge of the media. When you position the outside push rollers to the edge of the media, make sure there is approximately a ½ inch margin between the edge of the push roller and the media. Recall that we have engaged the media brake. This allows us to pull on the front edge to make the media taut, which in turn forces it to be straight. Once the media is taut, bring the media latch into the up position. This brings the push rollers down, locking in the media. Then when the media latch is set, this menu appears on the control panel LCD. Here it displays 3 choices: Roll 1 front edge, Roll 2 current position, and sheet. Since we've loaded a roll of media, we will concern ourselves with Roll 1 and Roll 2. Sheet will be covered in a moment. To demonstrate the choices, let's select Roll 1 front edge first by pressing the 1 key. The cutter will start by finding the locations of all the push rollers first. This is to make sure that each push roller is positioned correctly over a grit roller. It also determines the width of the media. Once it finds the push rollers, it will then retract the media until it senses the front edge. This is useful when you are loading a roll that has not been cut and you don't want to waste any media. When Roll 2 current position is pressed, the FC9000 will find the wheels as before, but this time it will leave it at its current position. In other words, it won't retract the media as it did when using roll 1. Using the roll to current position option is the best when you want the FC9000 initialized quickly. Once the cutter initializes, it's ready to cut a job. At this point, make sure you disengage the media brake.